Hello, my extended family of thrill seekers and curious minds, but, my dear family, this channel isn't just about my tales, it's about yours too. I invite you to share your most bone-chilling, hair-raising experiences with us. Whether it's a spine-chilling encounter, a ghostly sighting, or a real-life horror that left you breathless, don't keep it to yourself. Let's delve into the darkness together. Send your stories or eerie incidents to the email address mentioned in the description below. Your voice matters in this realm of unearthly narratives. So, fasten your seatbelts, keep your flashlight handy, and get ready to explore the horror vault as a family like no other. It was my dream job to become a park ranger, a guardian of the wild and a protector of nature's untamed beauty. The allure of this role had woven its spell on me since childhood, a spell cast by the vivid stories my father and uncle shared around the flickering campfire. Their tales of adventure, the mystique of the wilderness, and the unspoken secrets whispered by the wind had etched an indelible mark on my soul. The legacy of their courage and camaraderie as rangers had ignited a fire within me that only grew stronger with time. And so, when the opportunity finally arrived, I eagerly stepped into the shoes of those who had come before me, ready to explore the enigmatic depths of Kenya's forest reserves. As I embarked on my first solo patrol through the dense and uncharted wilderness, the anticipation in my heart was palpable. The sky above was a canvas painted with hues of orange and pink, the fading sun casting long, stretching shadows that seemed to beckon me deeper into the forest's heart. With each step, I could feel the weight of responsibility settling on my shoulders, a responsibility to protect both the wildlife and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The forest was alive with a symphony of sounds, a chorus of bird calls, the rustling of leaves, and the distant chatter of unseen creatures. Yet, beneath the surface of this natural orchestra, an undercurrent of unease thrummed through the air. I had been briefed on the potential dangers that awaited within the wilderness, predators that stalked in the shadows and elusive beasts that roamed the night. But the true peril, I would soon discover, was not confined to the realm of the known. As twilight painted the sky in shades of indigo, I found myself venturing deeper into the heart of the forest, the path ahead illuminated by the beam of my flashlight. The dense foliage closed in around me, creating an almost claustrophobic sensation. It was then that I felt it, an inexplicable sensation that sent a shiver down my spine. Eyes seemed to bore into me from the darkness, unseen and yet undeniably present. I quickened my pace, my heart beating in time with the rhythm of my footsteps. The forest whispered secrets, secrets that were as ancient as time itself. The wind carried fragments of forgotten tales, whispers of spirits that had once walked these same paths. I paused, my breath catching in my throat, as an otherworldly whisper seemed to dance upon the breeze. It was a language I couldn't comprehend, a language spoken by the very heart of the wilderness. Goosebumps prickled my skin as I realized that I was not alone, that unseen forces moved through the shadows, watching, waiting. Hours stretched into an eternity as I pressed on, each step taking me deeper into the unknown. My flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing gnarled trees and twisted roots that seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers. The ground beneath my boots was uneven, a labyrinth of roots and fallen leaves that threatened to trip me at every turn. And then, I stumbled upon it, a small clearing bathed in an otherworldly light, a light that seemed to emanate from the very ground itself. In the center of the clearing stood a stone altar, weathered by time and etched with symbols that defied my understanding. It was as if I had stumbled upon a forgotten place of worship, a place where the barrier between the mundane and the mystical was at its thinnest. The air crackled with an electric energy, raising the fine hairs on the back of my neck. I felt a magnetic pull, a compulsion to approach the altar and uncover its secrets, even as an instinctual voice within me screamed to turn away. As I stepped closer, the symbols seemed to writhe and shift, their meanings eluding my grasp like sand slipping through my fingers. A breeze stirred through the clearing, carrying with it the faint scent of incense and the distant echoes of haunting melodies. It was then that I felt a presence, an unseen entity that watched from the shadows, a presence that emanated both curiosity and warning. It was a force beyond my comprehension, a force that transcended the boundaries of the known world. The forest seemed to hold its breath as I stood before the altar, a single moment stretching into eternity. And then, with a jolt, the world around me shifted. The trees closed in, their branches entwining to form a barrier that seemed impassable. Panic surged through me as I realized that the path I had taken was now obscured, replaced by an unyielding wall of foliage. My heart raced, my mind a whirlwind of fear and uncertainty. I was lost, trapped within a labyrinth of shadow and mystery. The whispering voices that had been a mere undertone now swelled into a haunting chorus, their words a twisted symphony that reverberated through the very fabric of my being. I stumbled through the underbrush, each step a desperate attempt to escape the suffocating embrace of the forest. Time lost all meaning as I wandered deeper into the heart of the labyrinth, each twist and turn leading me further into the abyss. Exhaustion gnawed at my limbs, my body aching from the relentless journey. My flashlight sputtered, its feeble beam casting eerie shadows that danced and flickered like specters. The forest seemed to stretch on endlessly, an unending expanse of darkness and mystery. And then, just as despair threatened to consume me, a glimmer of light pierced the gloom, a distant beacon that promised salvation. I stumbled forward, driven by a newfound surge of energy, each step infused with a desperate determination. The light grew brighter, its radiance casting long shadows that seemed to stretch and writhe like living entities. With a final burst of strength, I burst into a small clearing, gasping for breath as the light enveloped me. And there, before me, stood a search team, their concerned faces a welcome sight. Relief flooded over me as their voices filled the air, their questions a barrage of concern and curiosity. They rushed forward, offering me water and words of reassurance. It was then that I realized the searing pain in my left shoulder, the injury a painful reminder of the ordeal I had endured. The medics worked swiftly to tend to my dislocated shoulder, their expert hands providing both relief and gratitude. As they set the bone back into place, I couldn't help but marvel at the juxtaposition of the familiar and the uncanny, the stark reality of human skill against the backdrop of the otherworldly. As I lay there, my body on the edge of exhaustion, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had brushed against the very fabric of existence itself, a realm where the boundaries of reality and nightmare intertwined. The forest had unveiled its secrets, revealing a truth that defied explanation and comprehension. I had glimpsed a reality beyond the known, a reality where the line between human and inhuman blurred, leaving me forever changed. The journey back to safety was a blur, the faces of the search team a beacon of hope and reassurance. As I was carried away from the heart of the forest, I cast a final glance over my shoulder, the whispering voices fading into the distance like a fading echo. I had returned from the brink, from a place where time and reality had no meaning. The dense forest reserve held secrets that would forever haunt my thoughts, a tapestry woven with threads of both wonder and dread. In the aftermath of my harrowing ordeal, I found myself grappling with a maelstrom of emotions, a strange amalgamation of awe and trepidation that left me questioning the very fabric of existence. The forest had shown me glimpses of a realm beyond human comprehension, a realm where the laws of nature and reality bent and twisted like the gnarled branches that reached out to ensnare me. The days that followed were a haze of medical examinations, debriefings, and attempts to make sense of the inexplicable. The dislocated shoulder served as a constant reminder of the physical toll the forest had exacted upon me, but it was the psychological scars that ran deeper, a web of uncertainty and lingering unease that clung to my thoughts like a persistent shadow. As I recounted my encounter with the otherworldly beings and the altar that seemed to emanate with ancient power, I was met with a mixture of skepticism and curiosity. Some dismissed my tale as a fevered delusion born from exhaustion and fear, while others leaned in closer, their eyes wide with fascination. It was clear that my experience had struck a chord, resonating with a primal curiosity that exists within all of us, a curiosity to explore the boundaries of the unknown, even if it meant venturing into the realm of the supernatural. In the weeks that followed, I became consumed by a voracious hunger for knowledge, a thirst to unravel the mysteries that the forest had whispered to me in hushed tones. I pored over ancient texts, delving into the annals of folklore and mythology, seeking clues to the enigmatic beings that had crossed my path. The more I learned, the more I realized that my encounter was not an isolated incident. The forest held a tapestry of stories, each thread woven with encounters that blurred the line between reality and the inexplicable. Sleep eluded me, haunted by dreams that wove together fragments of the past and present, dreams of shadowy figures and voices that echoed with a language both haunting and beautiful. It was as if the forest had left an indelible mark on my subconscious, a mark that refused to fade as the days turned into nights. I became consumed by a sense of urgency, an insatiable need to return to the heart of the wilderness, to confront the enigma that had forever altered the course of my life. And so, armed with a renewed determination and a growing understanding of the forest's secrets, I embarked on a journey back to the place where it all began. The air was thick with anticipation as I ventured deeper into the labyrinthine paths, my footsteps guided by an otherworldly pull that seemed to resonate within my very soul. The altar awaited me, its presence a haunting reminder of the mysteries that had beckoned me before. As I stood before the stone altar once more, a sense of reverence washed over me, a feeling that I was on the precipice of unveiling truths that had remained hidden for eons. The symbols etched into the stone seemed to dance and shift, their meanings coalescing into a cryptic message that only I could decipher. With each passing moment, the boundary between the natural and the supernatural blurred, until I stood at the threshold of a revelation that would forever reshape my understanding of reality. The forest itself seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, a symphony of whispers and rustling leaves that carried the weight of forgotten histories. The air crackled with anticipation, the very atmosphere charged with the power of the unseen forces that surrounded me. And then, in a moment that felt both fleeting and eternal, a portal seemed to open, a gateway to a realm beyond human perception. I stepped through the threshold, my senses awash with sensations that defied description, a kaleidoscope of colors, a symphony of voices, and a tapestry of emotions that surged through me like a tidal wave. It was a realm where time was an abstract concept, where the boundaries of space and reality melded into a swirling vortex of existence. I was a witness to the ancient origins of the forest, a spectator to the dance of cosmic forces that shaped the very fabric of creation. As the moments stretched into infinity, I felt a presence beside me, an entity that emanated both familiarity and enigma. It was a being of light and shadow, a guardian of the threshold between worlds. Its gaze held a depth of knowledge that transcended mortal understanding, and in its eyes, I glimpsed the tapestry of existence, the interconnected threads that bound all living things in a delicate dance of life and death. And then, with a gentle touch, the entity guided me back to the realm of the known, back to the forest where my journey had begun. The portal closed behind me, leaving me standing once more before the stone altar. The symbols etched into the stone had shifted, rearranging themselves into a new pattern, a pattern that seemed to echo the story of my own existence, a story of discovery and revelation. With a sense of purpose that burned like a beacon within me, I returned to the world of the living, forever changed by my encounter with the supernatural. The forest had revealed its secrets, imparting upon me a wisdom that could not be contained within the boundaries of words. I carried the weight of those revelations with me, a burden and a gift that I would share with the world, a testament to the mysteries that await those who dare to venture into the heart of the unknown. As I emerged from the dense forest reserve, the sun cast long shadows that seemed to dance in celebration of my return. The search team awaited me, their faces a mixture of relief and anticipation. And as they gathered around, their questions hung in the air like a palpable energy, eager for me to recount the tale that had forever altered the course of my life. I shared with them the details of my journey, of the portal that bridged the realms, and of the entity that had guided me through the tapestry of existence itself. Their expressions shifted from skepticism to wonder, the weight of my words leaving an indelible mark on their collective consciousness. It was a story that transcended the boundaries of ordinary experience, a narrative that resonated with the innate human curiosity to unravel the mysteries of the universe. As I spoke, the forest seemed to come alive in their minds, a realm both beautiful and haunting, teeming with secrets that defied rational explanation. The forest reserve, once a backdrop to my ordinary patrols, had now become a repository of wonder and enigma, a place where the veil between the mundane and the supernatural was gossamer thin. The search team hung on to my every word, their imaginations ignited by the possibilities that lay hidden within the forest's depths. They, too, were drawn into the orbit of curiosity, eager to explore the uncharted territories of the unknown. In the days that followed, my tale spread like wildfire, a whisper that swept through the village and beyond, capturing the imagination of those who heard it. The once dismissed legends of Kenya's wilderness took on new life, woven into the narrative of my extraordinary encounter. People from far and wide flocked to the forest reserve, drawn by the allure of the supernatural and the promise of uncovering truths that had remained dormant for generations. Scientists and researchers descended upon the reserve, their equipment poised to capture the unexplainable. The forest became a crucible of inquiry, a nexus where the boundaries of science and folklore collided. Every rustle of leaves, every flicker of light, held the potential to reveal the secrets of the universe, a potential that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to venture into its depths. As the forest's mysteries unfurled, I found myself at the center of a whirlwind, a guide to the uncharted, a storyteller of the extraordinary. People from all walks of life sought my guidance, eager to experience for themselves the same revelations that had transformed my understanding of reality. I led expeditions into the heart of the wilderness, each step a deliberate dance between the known and the unknown. And yet, as the forest continued to unveil its enigmas, a sense of foreboding lingered beneath the surface. The line between curiosity and recklessness blurred, and I couldn't help but wonder if our insatiable desire for answers would disturb forces beyond our comprehension. Whispers of caution echoed in the wind, a reminder that some truths were best left untouched, lest they unravel the delicate balance of existence itself. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the forest in an eerie twilight, I stood once again before the stone altar, the epicenter of my journey. The symbols etched into the stone seemed to pulse with a newfound energy, as if acknowledging my presence. It was then that I heard it, the faintest echo of the entity's voice, a whisper that resonated within the depths of my consciousness. The message was clear, a plea to tread carefully, to respect the boundaries of the seen and the unseen. The forest, it seemed, was a guardian of ancient knowledge, a sentinel that had watched over the eons and bore witness to the unfolding of time itself. The weight of its wisdom settled upon me, a reminder that while the pursuit of knowledge was noble, it was not without its risks. And so, as the years passed, I continued to share my story, a cautionary tale of the allure of the supernatural and the delicate dance between curiosity and reverence. The forest reserve remained a realm of wonder and mystery, a realm where the mundane and the magical intertwined in an intricate tapestry. My experiences as a park ranger had transformed from mere patrols to a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment, an odyssey that had forever expanded the horizons of my understanding. As I reflect upon my time in the dense forest reserve of Kenya, I am reminded of the fragility of human perception and the boundless depths of the unknown. The line between reality and imagination remains fluid, and the mysteries that await us are as infinite as the cosmos itself. The legacy of my encounter with the supernatural endures, a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the inexorable pull of the enigmatic.